Hey everyone, it's Mike with It's Pittsfield Tonight. I am here with Kenny Warren. Kenny is running for Pittsfield City Council Ward 1 this year. Kenny, thank you for taking the time to do this today.
Thank you.
And for those who are not familiar with you, if you want to just introduce yourself and why you decided to run for City Council this year.
My name's Kenny Warren. I've been an attorney in town. I've been active in community affairs and political affairs on and off for years. I was interested as a kid, sort of like some of the other counselors, and I ran early on. I've been elected to a few positions, and then I sat out for a while. And last election, there were a lot of issues that I got interested in, the downtown, investment in the downtown. So I decided to throw my name in, and I decided to run again this time.
Okay. And have you had a chance to get out there and door knock and talk to people in the ward?
Yes, I've done a modified campaigning from what I did in 2019. In 2019, I hit almost every area at least 3 to 4 times with different issue brochures and introducing myself, etc. This time I've done it a little less aggressively. I've gone out to people that I saw that are regular voters in low turnout elections. I went to voters for the 2019, but some of it you got to be careful because of COVID. Some people don't like political people coming to their doors anyway. I saw that in 2019. Some people don't like you coming to the doors now. So I have my mask, and I've also developed a sort of a hybrid way of campaigning. I created this shirt that's got my name and Ward 1. And so if people don't come to the door or don't want to talk to me or don't know that I'm in the area, they can see someone walking up and down the street with that shirt. So that shows them I'm in the area. And I've been leaving brochures of different types at different houses.
Okay. And what are some of the things you're hearing from the people in Ward 1, the big issues that are on their minds?
I think I'm sort of identical to all the different ward councilors, both the incumbents and the challengers. It's road issues, roads, sidewalks. Someone over in North Pittsfield was talking about an elderly, a senior gentleman was really upset about his sidewalk, said somebody's going to get hurt, and you could see that there's all sorts of mounds and stuff. It wasn't a flat, nice surface, but roads. And so last time and this time, I pushed roads, and I believe we have to have an aggressive road repair program. The other roads I hear about outside my district from my potential constituents is North Street. Nobody is happy with North Street and how it rolled out and what's happened. I think we really need to look at that closely. I don't believe the bike lanes need to be on North Street. We've got 2 streets, arteries that run parallel that we could put the bike lanes on. I do want to look closely at whether we should just have 1 lane though, because I've talked to some police officers that I'm familiar with who know a lot about safety, and they do say 1 lane might be more safe. So I'd like to look at that.
Yeah, I'm a big proponent of 1 lane. I'm not a fan of the bike lanes, the way it's been rolled out. And I'm also a big proponent of using maybe First Street or Center and Seymour Street.
Correct.
I think First Street might be better, but to make North Street a destination spot rather than a throughway for bicycles.
Well, and by the way, it can be both. Nothing says you can't have bike lanes on more than 1 road, and that way it would filter people from different sides of the community into downtown.
Okay. And are there any other big issues that stand out?
Well, the other issue that people do talk about is the ARPA funds. Their interest, I mean, obviously we have a once in a lifetime opportunity with $41 million to put back into the community to do different things. And I know there's some conditions, but if you're creative, you can look to manipulate different funds so that you can free up openings in other areas. But one of the things is no matter how we spend it, people are looking for accountability. They want to have accountability. I don't think they have problems with who's in city government, but they want to see to it that there's a thoughtful process in how those monies are spent. And that's one of the issues that I have been raising as we go along. I mean, first of all, the city, it wasn't publicized until I mentioned it, that we're getting 41 million instead of 34. That's an important issue because that's $8 million more. So that's why I think people want to see some accountability.
Okay. And for yourself, are there, other than those issues, are there any big issues at the forefront that, if elected, that you'd want to try to address?
Well, first of all, one of the things is sort of tying in with the ARPA and finances. I feel my first 2 years, I don't think there should be any tax increases. As a matter of fact, I think there should be tax reductions. We saw that Mayor Tyre was very good and diligent in 2019 and getting it. It was a small decrease, but it was a decrease nonetheless. And now with the fact that there's a lot of this ARPA money that can be used in different areas, and I know it can't go to direct tax relief, but like I said, if you're creative, you can open up areas that will then allow tax money to free cash to be used to go lower the tax rate. And I think our citizens deserve some type of relief right now. We're getting an aging ownership in the city of Pittsfield. So as people get older and they own property, the fixed costs make it more difficult. So I think we really need to look at our tax rate and see what we can do.
Right, because one thing, as you know, the country, we're going through a hyperinflation period, and we're also seeing home values rising tremendously,
Definitely.
which is going to affect people's tax bills. So I agree with you on that. That's going to be an issue too, I think.
Oh, I definitely do. I mean, one of the things that people have to be careful, both on accountability with the monies we have available, on our tax rate, on what's happening on downtown, if the people don't feel that they're being listened to as to what should be done. People have a short memory, but people don't remember. In 2003, we had what some people called the massacre of 2003. We had an incumbent mayor and 7 city councilors all lose election because it appeared to the voters that they weren't being listened to. And I think you see some analogous things that could happen if we don't take to heart working with the voters on what they want.
Okay. And with all that being said, what would you say to the people in Ward 1 on why they should elect you to city council, and what is the best way for them to get in touch with you if they have any questions?
Well, why they should elect me is I think at this time, when we're facing coming back out of a pandemic, we're still dealing with some of those issues. We have these $41 million. I was there on the council when we dealt with Proposition 2.5. I think you need some experience going forward, and I think I have that experience. I think I've shown that I can do research independently of anything else. That's how I found $8 million that nobody seemed to know. So I think my experience is going to be very valuable in these next 2 years. And I think the taxpayers and my constituents will benefit by that. How they can get a hold of me, number one, I'm out in the community. I'm out in the community on a regular basis in general. I'm out in my ward campaigning. I have a website called Ward 1, the number 1, for Warren at kgwarrenlaw.com. I also have a phone number that they can leave messages at. It's 413-418-0830.
Okay. Well, Kenny, thank you again for taking the time to do this morning. And regardless, win or lose, whatever the outcome is, you're more than welcome to come back. I know you're an active member in the community, so you're more than welcome to come back anytime. I enjoy talking to you.
I thank you very much. I thank you for this opportunity.
Absolutely. And thank you again. And I will talk to you very soon.